Good morning. Today we are going to solve the unsolved numericals from the exercise of your textbook. Actually, 90% of the chapter we have completed. Just 10% syllabus is left from the chapter. But before that, I'm going to take some of the examples which are based on the concepts of interference and diffraction to fix your formulas related to these concepts. Okay, so the examples start from the 13th beat. So the first example is white light consists of wavelengths from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. What will be the wavelength range seen when white light is passed through glass of refractive index 1.55? So before going to solve this example, you should know the steps how to solve the given numerical, or what are the steps. So first of all, the first step is carefully read the example. In the second step, you find out or pick out the given values from the example. In the third step, convert those values in the same system of unit. Mostly convert the given quantities or the given values in terms of SI unit if it is necessary. Then choose the proper formula which belongs to the, or which are related to the given physical quantities. Then after, substitute the values and finally calculate the answer. In theory examinations, लॉगरिथमचा यूज जो आहे तो करण्यासाठी मार्क्स नाही आहेत. जरी तुम्ही एक्झाम्पल ओरली सॉल्व केलं आणि फायनली त्याचा रिझल्ट लिहिलात तरी त्याला कंप्लीट मार्क मिळणार आहे. लॉगबुकचा वापर करून कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करायला मार्क्स एक्झाम्पल्स मध्ये तरी नाही आहेत. फायनली when you write the answer for the given physical quantity, then you should write magnitude of the answer along with its unit. So this magnitude carries half mark and half mark is reserved to write the unit, proper unit for the physical quantity. Okay, so there is a white light which consists the wavelengths from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. So wavelength of the first wavelength in air is 400 nanometer. The second wavelength in air, which is a range 700 nanometer, and they have asked what will be the wavelength range seen when white light is passed through glass. Okay, we know that when light ray travels from air medium to glass medium, its wavelength changes. Okay, means its wavelength decreases. So as you can see in the answer, the range is 258.06 to 451.61 nanometer, which is less than that of the given range. Air madli range आहे 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. व्हाईट लाईट जेव्हा एअर मीडियम मधून ग्लास मीडियम मध्ये एंटर करेल त्याची वेवलेंथ रेंज कमी होणार आहे. ओके, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द फॉर्म्युला ऑफ रिफ्रॅक्टिव्ह इंडेक्स, म्यू ए जी इज इक्वल टू lambda a1 upon lambda g1, so which implies that lambda g1 is equal to lambda a1 upon mu a g. So just put the values, given values, and find out the lambda g1, which comes up to be 258.06 nanometer, and mu ag is equal to lambda a2 upon lambda g2, means wavelength of light in air medium divided by wavelength of light in glass medium, which implies that lambda g in the second medium or lambda 2 in a glass medium is equal to lambda a2 upon mu ag. Substitute the values and you will get the second range, and this is nothing but the answer of this example. Now the second example, the optical path of a ray of light of a given wavelength traveling a distance of 3 centimeter in flint glass having refractive index 1.6 is same as that on traveling a distance x centimeter through a medium having refractive index 1.25, then determine the value of x. So the given quantities are the distance traveled by the light in a glass medium, it's 3 centimeter, and the refractive index of a glass is 1.6. लाईट रेनं मीडियम मध्ये ट्रॅव्हल केलेलं डिस्टन्स दिलेलं आहे x सेंटीमीटर आणि मीडियमचं रिफ्रॅक्टिव्ह इंडेक्स आहे 1.25. ओके, सो त्यांनी अजून एक कंडिशन तुम्हाला सांगितलेली आहे. द ऑप्टिकल पाथ ऑफ अ रे ऑफ लाईट ऑफ अ गिवन वेवलेंथ मीन्स दिलेल्या वेवलेंथचा ऑप्टिकल पाथ हा इज सेम ॲज दॅट ऑन ट्रॅव्हलिंग अ डिस्टन्स x सेंटीमीटर थ्रू अ मीडियम. सो दोनही मीडियम्स मधले ऑप्टिकल पाथ सेम आहेत. सो टी डॅश symbol for the optical path, the optical path traveled by the light ray in a glass medium is equal to optical path traveled by the light ray in the medium. So according to the definition of optical path, T dash is equal to mu times T. So refractive index of glass into distance traveled by the light ray in a glass medium is equal to refractive index of a medium into distance traveled by the light ray into the medium by using this equation. Substitute the values and we'll get the answer as x equals to 3.84 centimeter. Next example, 15th one. A double slit arrangement produces interference fringes for sodium light lambda equals to 589 nanometer that are 0.20 degree apart. This is nothing but the angular separation, means theta, angular position in terms of angle. So theta equals to 0.20 degree. What is the angular fringe separation if the entire arrangement is immersed in water? सो तुम्हाला जे अँग्युलर सेपरेशन दिलेलं आहे ते एअर मीडियम मध्ये आहे. आता त्यांचं म्हणणं असं आहे, जर यंग्स डबल स्लिट एक्सपेरिमेंट मध्ये होल ते सेटअप जर वॉटर मध्ये इमर्स केलं तर न्यू अँग्युलर सेपरेशन बिटवीन द फ्रिंजेस किती असेल. सो थीटा डॅश काढायचा आहे. सो म्यू डब्ल्यू गिवन आहे. Refractive index of water, it's 1.33 and we can write this 1.33 as 4/3 for the sake of convenience. Okay, so according to the condition, path difference equals to lambda, n lambda. So if theta equals to n1, we can write d sine theta equals to n lambda, where n equals to 1. So if theta is very small, sine theta is approximated to theta, and we'll get the formula as theta equals to lambda upon d, where lambda is the wavelength of the light and d is nothing but the distance. Okay, so d equals to lambda upon theta and we'll get this value. Again, refractive index of air with respect to water in terms of wavelength, lambda a upon lambda g, and by using this find out the value of wavelength of light in a glass medium. Therefore, theta dash, so theta dash is equal to lambda w, lambda w, here also lambda w, and wavelength of light in water, so here also lambda w. So lambda w equals to 441.75 nanometer. Therefore, theta dash is equal to wavelength of light in a water medium divided by the d. So after substituting the values, we'll get theta as 0.15 degree. Okay. Next example. In a double slit experiment, means in YDSE, the slits are separated by a distance equal to 100 times the wavelength of the light passing through the slits. Okay. So the distance, the slits are separated by a distance, means d equals to 100 times the wavelength of the light. So the condition is given, d equals to 100 lambda, and the two beads are asked. The first one, what is the angular separation in radians between the central maximum and an adjacent maximum? So this is the central maximum and this is the first maximum. So distance between first maximum and the central maximum is nothing but the fringe width. But here the angular separation is asked. So it is called as angular position. So theta is to be calculated. And in the second bit, what is the distance between these maxima? Means first bright बँड आणि सेकंड ब्राईट बँड यांच्यामधलं डिस्टन्स पण स्क्रीनवरचा, म्हणजेच तुम्हाला लिनियर डिस्टन्स सुद्धा विचारलेला आहे, ज्याला बोललं जातं फ्रिंज विड्थ. एक्झाम्पल मध्ये डायरेक्टली ते फ्रिंज विड्थ बोललेले नाही आहेत, पण सेंट्रल मॅक्सिमम अँड अँड ॲडजस्टंट मॅक्सिमम मीन्स दोन सक्सेसिव्ह ब्राईट बँड्स मधलं डिस्टन्स काढायला सांगितलेलं आहे, अँड दॅट डिस्टन्स इज कॉल्ड ॲज फ्रिंज विड्थ ऑर bandwidth. Okay, so this is angular fringe width and this is linear fringe width. So according to the formula that we have used in this previous example as well, so d sine theta equals to n lambda. So theta is very small, so sine theta is approximated to theta. So d into theta equals to lambda and theta equals to lambda upon d. Substitute the values. From this condition we'll get lambda upon d as 1 upon 100. Substitute here and you will get the theta as 0.01 radian, and the second x equals to lambda d upon small d, which is equal to 1 upon 100 times 50, and the answer will be 0.50 centimeter. Okay. Next example. Unpolarized light with intensity I0 is incident on two Polaroids. The axis of the first Polaroid makes an angle of 50 degree with the vertical. So this is unpolarized light which is incident on the two Polaroids. Okay. The axis of the first Polaroid means this axis of the Polaroids makes an angle of 50 degree with the vertical. This is the vertical. And the axis of the second Polaroid is horizontal as shown in this diagram. What is the intensity of the light after it? Means after the second Polaroid, through the second Polaroid. Okay. So when I0 amount of intensity of light is incident on the first Polaroid, after passing through the Polaroid, the intensity will become half. So original incident intensity is I0. So after P1, we'll get the intensity as I0 by 2. Half of the light gets blocked by this Polaroid and half is transmitted. Okay. Now this angle is 50 degree and the transmission axis of the second Polaroid is horizontal. So this angle is equal to 40 degree. Angle between the transmission axis of the two Polaroids is 40 degree. So according to Malus law, I equals to means intensity at this point after the second Polaroid, I equals to I0 cos square theta, and here theta is nothing but the 40 degree. So I0 by 2 into cos square 40. इथे इंटेन्सिटी घेताना सेकंड पोलरॉइड वरती जेवढी इन्सिडेंट होतीये ती इंटेन्सिटी आपण घेतो. सो द फायनल आन्सर इज I equals to I0 by 2 cos square 40. Next example, 18th one. In a biprism experiment, the fringes are observed in the focal plane of the eyepiece at a distance of 1.2 meter from the slits. कोहरंट सोर्सेस मिळवण्यासाठी बायप्रिझम एक्सपेरिमेंट हा फेमस आहे. सो they told that the fringes are observed in the focal plane of the eyepiece at a distance of 1.2 meter from the slit. So 1.2 meter is nothing but the distance between the screen and the slits. Then the condition is given, the distance between the central bright band and the 20th bright band is 0.4 centimeter. So we know that the condition or the distance of nth number of band from the central bright band is equal to xn equals to n lambda d upon d, because bright band is stated in the example. Okay. So xn equals to 0.4 centimeter. So just substitute the values. N is the fringe number, 20th fringe is there, so 20, lambda d upon d as it is. All the values are given in the example. Just substitute the values and find the value of lambda. Okay. Next one. In front of 19th one, in front of a diffraction by a narrow slit, a screen is placed at a distance of 2 meters from the lens to obtain the diffraction pattern. So D equals to 2 meters, and this is the Fraunhofer diffraction, a single slit diffraction pattern. If the slit width is 0.2 mm, symbol for slit width is D, which is equal to 0.2 mm, millimeter in terms of meter, 0.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. And the first minimum is 5 mm on either side of the central maximum. Means this is a diffraction pattern. At the center there is a central maxima. Okay. Central maxima च्या वरती first minima, वर पण आणि खाली सुद्धा first minima. So central maxima पासून first minima चा distance दिलेला आहे 5 mm. This is 5 mm. 5 mm. Both the distances are 5 mm. And they have asked find the wavelength of the light. So capital D, small d is given, and we know that distance of first minimum from the central maximum in diffraction pattern. So this is the condition for the minimum. Xn equals to n lambda d upon d. Here n equals to 1. Therefore x1 equals to lambda d upon d. Substitute the values. X1 as 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 is equal to capital D is 2 meter, lambda, and here small d, and find out the value of lambda. Okay, so here lambda equals to 5000 angstrom. Now next, the intensity of the light coming out one of the slits in Young's double slit experiment is twice the intensity of the light coming out from the other slit. So the condition is given. In YDSE, two sources are there, S1 and S2. The light which is coming out from S1 is of intensity I1 and from S2 is of intensity I2. And the relation between them is I1 equals to twice I2 according to the condition. Therefore, I1 upon I2 is equal to 2 by 1. So, what will be the approximate ratio of the intensities of the bright and dark fringes? So bright fringes means I maximum and dark means I minimum. So we know that I max upon I minimum is equal to under root I1 upon I2 plus 1 bracket square upon under root I1 upon I2 minus 1 bracket square. Substitute the values of I1 upon I2 and simplify. You will get the answer as I max upon I minimum is equal to 34:1 or just 34. Okay, next example, 21st example. A parallel beam of green light of wavelength 546 nanometer passes through a slit of width 0.4 mm. So wavelength is given 546 nanometer. Nanometer means 10 raised to minus 9 meter. The width of the slit is 0.4 mm. So 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, or we can write 4 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Note that a single slit is given. So obviously this is the diffraction pattern. Example which is based on the diffraction pattern. जर दोन स्लिट्स म्हटले असतील किंवा दोन सोर्सेस बोलले असतील तर इंटरफरन्स पॅटर्न, आणि जर सिंगल स्लिट म्हटलं असेल तर मग डायफ्रॅक्शन पॅटर्न. सो हे एक्झाम्पल डायफ्रॅक्शन पॅटर्नचं असेल. The intensity pattern of the transmitted light is seen on a screen which is 40 centimeter away. So the screen is 40 centimeter away from the slit. So D equals to 40 centimeter, and 40 centimeter in terms of meter is 40 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter or 0.4 meter. What is the distance between the two first order minima? So this is the central maxima. Above the central maxima, there is a first minima, as well as below the central maxima, there is first minima. So assume this distance as x1, this distance as x1. So they have asked distance between these two, means distance equals to twice x1. Okay. So for the minima in diffraction pattern, the condition is xn equals to n lambda d upon small d. Here n equals to 1. Therefore, x1 equals to lambda d upon d. Substitute the values and we'll get x1 as this. Again, distance between two first order minima. So this distance is twice x1, total distance. So twice x1, just multiply this factor by 2. We'll get the answer as 1.092 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. 10 raised to minus 3 meter means millimeter, and we can approximate this answer to 1.1 mm. Now the next example, what must be the ratio of the slit width to the wavelength for a single slit, means for the diffraction pattern. So ratio of the slit width means d, and to the wavelength means divided by lambda. So this ratio is asked, d upon lambda, for a single slit to have the first diffraction minimum at 45 degree. So the angular position of the first diffraction minimum is 45 degree. So we know that in diffraction, for the first minimum order band, d sin theta n equals to n lambda. Here first diffraction minimum, so n equals to 1, d sin theta 1 equals to lambda. So sin theta 1 equals to lambda upon d, and just simplify this, you will get d by lambda equals to 1 upon 45 degree. We can write this 45 degree in terms of radian, 1 upon pi by 4 radian or 4 upon pi. The value of pi is 3.14, and finally you will get the answer as d upon lambda equals to 1.2738. Okay. Now next one, monochromatic, 23rd example. Monochromatic electromagnetic radiation from a distant source passes through a slit. Okay. The diffraction pattern is observed on a screen. Single slit is there. So diffraction pattern is observed on a screen 2.50 meter from the slit. So capital D is 2.50 meter. If the width of the central maximum is 6 mm. Okay. So we know that in diffraction pattern, the width of the central maximum is 2 lambda d upon small d. So this 2 lambda capital D upon small d is equal to 6 mm. In terms of meter, 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. What is the slit width? Means d. If the wavelength is, and 3 wavelengths are given, so we have to calculate d1, d2 and d3 corresponding to these 3 wavelengths. So for the first d1, the wavelength given is 500 nanometer. Nanometer means 10 raised to minus 9 meter. And finally, we can write 5 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. So 2 lambda 1d upon d1 by using this condition is equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 3. Simplify this, you will get the first d1 as 0.4166 mm. So to calculate d2, just use the value of lambda 2 here. Okay, so the same formula, just 2 lambda 2d upon d2, and here 2 lambda 3d upon d3, because d is common for all the 3 bits, wavelengths are different and d3 is different. Okay, so substitute the values, you will get the answers for d2 and d3, but just check the units for the physical quantities. The rest of the 2 examples are based on the concept of this example is based on the concept of limit of resolution and the resolving power. Okay, so skip this example for a while. We are going to consider the last example from the chapter. the distance between two consecutive bright fringes in a biprism experiment using light of wavelength 6000 angstrom. So wavelength is given 6000 angstrom, and we know that 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. And this separation, consecutive bright fringes. So distance between consecutive bright fringes is nothing but the fringe width or the band width. So x1 equals to 0.32 mm given where here 0.32 mm, and corresponding wavelength is 6000 angstrom. So mm means millimeter 10 raised to minus 3. So x1 equals to 3.2 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. So by how much will the distance change if the light of wavelength 4800 angstrom is used? So lambda 2 is given 4800 angstrom. Convert this in terms of meter, and they have asked the x2, the new fringe width when we change the wavelength of the light. So the straightforward formula, fringe width is equal to lambda d upon small d. Here capital D and D are same, which are not given in the example. Just the relation between x and lambda is there. So fringe width is directly proportional to lambda. So we can write x1 upon x2 equals to lambda 1 upon lambda 2. Substitute the values and find x2, and they have asked how much will the distance change if the light of wavelength 4800 angstrom is used. So they have asked the change in the fringe width. So original fringe width is this, final fringe width is this. So the change between these two means subtraction of these two, and finally you will get the change as 0.064 meter. Okay, thank you.